Despite decades of reasonably steady economic growth, Nigeria currently suffers from a labor market trifecta of jobless growth, an expanding population and unemployable youth.
Sometimes our education system doesn't really prepare us for jobs. So you probably have a degree or something, but you're not employable.
I studied computer science in Makerapa University of Agriculture. After my ND program, we did IT, no work.
The rate of unemployment in the Niger Delta is even higher than in the average rate for Nigeria. You don't want to have an army of unemployed or underemployed youth that are not kept busy, that their energy is not channeled towards productive means.
Human capital development is key. This is the only way that youth restiveness can be curbed, if not totally eradicated.
We can't depend on the government alone to solve that problem.
The Foundation for Partnership Initiatives in the Niger Delta, PIND, established by Chevron Corporation, initiated the Niger Delta Youth Employment Pathways NDYEP project with support from Ford Foundation to actively target youth in 3 states in the region and address identified systemic challenges in the youth employment ecosystem through the use of data for decision-making and matching skill supply to the market demand and opportunities.
To basically look at alternative ways to begin to address the challenge of youth unemployment, particularly in Niger Delta.
Anything that PIN does starts with a research.
PIND conducted a labor market assessment in Akwa Ibom, Rivers and Abia states to understand how the unemployment market functions and determine specific occupations and skill sets in demand, technical and soft skills that are being supplied and how they are being delivered.
When we're in the research phase, we discovered that there was a disconnect between the educational system and the market required skills.
Informed by labor market research findings and through a process of co-creation with partners and market actors, the project design interventions emerged with focus on 4 priority sectors: construction, agriculture, ICT, and renewables. The project design developed multiple pathways. One pathway combines technical and soft skills development that would lead to formal waged employment. A second pathway is entrepreneurship, which leads to self-employment through the development of dynamic entrepreneurship skills.
We are implementing this project through a number of implementing partners.
Of the target to train 1,000 youth, over 1,400 completed technical and soft skills training. This included youth who had no prior livelihood skills.
Before now, I don't have a skill. But right now, I can say I'm a professional plumber.
By providing competency training that matches skills to demand in the labor market and providing post-training business support, 233 trained youth have been placed in internships and apprenticeship, and 251 and 207 graduates have successfully been supported to transition into waged employment and entrepreneurship and self-employment, respectively. There are early signs that some systemic changes are already occurring in the pilot state's youth employment ecosystem.
Some of them, like 45 of them, became Facebook trainers on the Facebook Boost Your Business training, as trainers or as support trainers. As they were doing that, they were being paid by Facebook. They were earning money even before they finished their classes.
Over 90% of the people we are training are not going into paid employment, but they are starting their own farms.
What has changed, number one, is job offers. Yes. Then I begged them to get into the company. Yes, because I didn't have skills. But now I am actually getting job offers.
This is a clarion